Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the prayers of how I become a strong believer in our Creator, God. I was born and raised in Vietnam, and the only religion I knew back then was Buddhism. As a young child, my brother and I had the responsibility to change waters on all the altars. We have many, I would say more than 10. So each altar has cups. I would say 2 or 3 cups. So that's 30 cups that we have to change the water, wash the cups, and refill the water almost every day. And it was a mundane job. I used to hated the work. It's just, you know, kids growing up, you don't want to do things like that all the time. But it was my and my younger brother's responsibility to do that every night. So all I knew back then was praying to our ancestor, to Buddha. And I was a carefree child until my younger brother, he passed away when he was only 5 years old. And because of his passing, I was so painful. I was so hurt. And after that, I left my country. I escaped my country when I was only 15. When I got to the Indonesia refugee camp, I was very lonely and sad. I missed my family so much. But in me, there was something really strange happening. I felt as if I was carrying loads of iron on my shoulder. It was so heavy, and in my ears I keep hearing noises and voices. And my mind was always in constant busy of worries, of scare. It was a scary moment, and I did not know what was going on with me. It was so bad that I didn't want to. I wanted to become a nun. I was scared. I needed help. I went to temple a lot back then when I was in the refugee camp, but I couldn't find peace within me. And later on, I found out that the reason I didn't feel that peace when I was in temple, because I saw many deceased photos, and some of them are children. And when I look at the children, they reminded me of my younger brother. And for that reason, I was so painful. I was still hurt, losing my baby brother. When I came to United States, I also went back to church, to temple, and the peace, I couldn't find it in there either. And every time I look at those photos of young people, they still reminded me of my brother, my late brother. And for that reason, I stay away from the temple, because I needed peace, but I couldn't find it there. I felt lost, very lost for so long. And I would say about 13 to 15 years ago, I was introduced to church by my college from the social work, Department of Social Work. I went with her. I was introduced. I loved being in the church. I felt more peace. I didn't see no deceased photos in church. So I felt a lot better, and I needed help. But being a Buddhist child, I grew up with it, and for so long I couldn't see myself changing the religion, even though I was baptized. I didn't learn much, but I was baptized, but I still didn't believe in God. I didn't pray or go to church regularly. I was tormented between the two religions. I didn't want to convert, but I didn't know where I was. I was lost, so lost for so long. And a confession, I have to make that even before my wedding, we had to go to, we had a 3 months, we had to attend the marriage counseling, and we had to be in with the marriage counselor prayers. We do that teaching for 10 weeks. Up until then, I was still not a truly believer in Jesus. Until the summer of 2018, I got married in September 17. And then in the summer of 18, one day while I was in church with my husband, I just broke down and cried so bad inside, because at that time I felt that my family was falling apart, and I needed help. I needed to put all my heart into belief in our Creator, in God. I prayed very sincerely, and I asked God to help me, to help my children, my family. And at that very moment, I knew that there is no coming back. This person for so long, and finally have faith and total faith in prayers and belief in God. And I'm so proud and happy to say that it's been 2 years that I have been praying regularly. And just last night, was it last night? No, the night before, for the first time I prayed out loud with my husband. He's the one that introduced me to church, but I never prayed out loud ever with him or with any adults. I have prayed with my baby Jaden. Of course, he's a little kid, so I wasn't embarrassed with him, but praying with the adults, this wasn't my thing. But recently he told me that he has had insomnia, my husband, and this going on, it has happened before and for so long. It comes and goes. But I was worried for him, and I told him that before we went to bed the night before, I said, you know what, I'm gonna pray for you, okay? So we lay on bed, and I held his hand, and I started praying for the first time out loud with him. I prayed to God to ease his mind, to give him peace, to take away all his worries. And I pray a long time. I don't know, it's probably maybe more than 5 minutes. He had to stop me and say, babe, are you praying or telling story? I was like, oops. So after that, I say amen, and we went to bed. I would say no more than 2 minutes later or 3 minutes, he started snoring. I was like, what? That quick? He snored real loud, and I had a hard time falling asleep because of that. But at the same time, I was happy. I was happy seeing him finally fall asleep before me and slept like a baby. So I was very happy. And last night, when I called when I was on the phone with my daughter, she was downstairs, but sometimes we just call each other on the phone. She reminded me taking her son to school early today. So we talked for a minute, and then I asked her, how's my baby, Jaden? And she said, Mom. And then I heard from the background that he said he was meditating. He was praying. I was like, wow. See, I got my baby into praying as well. My daughter and my son never prayed with me. I guess because I never believed back then. I didn't have a strong belief, so I didn't show them. I didn't pray with them. But I hope in the future they will believe in prayers, believe in there's God, our Creator, who watch over us and who hear our prayers. But with my baby Jaden, he's so little. He's like a sponge. Children are sponge, and whatever you put in there is absorbed. So that's what I instill in him. I took him to church one time, and he fell in love with it. He's just so. He's a big believer, and this house whenever I babysit him at night, which is now once a week, I pray with him. I pray with him that I asked him to pray for his mom safely return home after long hours of work. So he's very, I'm happy that he does that. So I wrote a prayer poem in my book. I'd like to share with you this morning. I pray for you. I pray for your good health, to live a full life without any pain. I pray for your love, to have the sun shining down on your lonely soul. I pray for your happiness, to receive everything your heart desires. I pray that you may have peace of mind, body and soul. From this day forward, may joy be the feeling you will find in your heart. May true love find and stay with you. May success that is on the way remain with you. I pray for nothing but the best for you. So that is my prayer for you this morning. I pray nothing but the best for you. May you stay blessed, well, and happy. And, I will see you next video. Take care. Bye-bye.